All right, hey everybody. So I am back live once again, and my tour has started. I wonder if you guys can figure out where I am from these trees here. Let's see. I'm going to do it back in, let's see, from the trees. Can you tell where I am from the trees? I'm in my hotel. You know I'm not in the desert right now, but I wonder what state. Somebody can guess. What state am I in? I'm in my hotel. Wonder what state you can guess I'm in from these trees here. But anyway, I figure I'm not going to be on here long. I'm going to try to go to a local church this morning, or soon to be afternoon. I wanted to just share because I'm here for a reason. There's so much that has happened since I went live last week. Many of you that follow the news, particularly with the Department of Defense, know that President did an executive order to rename Department of Defense to Department of War. Now, why this is important for our circle is because a lot of the work we've been doing for the last few years, particularly for that pipeline with the United States Department of Defense. So this directly impacts and influences a lot of what we're doing. Another thing that happened since we last spoke, which ties into what we're talking about, the last couple of years, we've been getting a pipeline ready to serve the United States Department of Defense, now Department of War, with the executive order. In fact, the new website is war.gov if you guys want to take a look at where we are now. I want to talk a little bit about the CFR that just was published September 10th and how it impacts a lot of what we're talking about now. Let me grab my glasses here because the Department of Defense final rule for the CMMC program under that CFR was published in the Federal Register on September the 10th and is scheduled to go into effect because of that 60-day. It's scheduled to go into effect November 10th. So this rule finalizes the contractual requirements for CMMC, allowing the Department of Defense to incorporate CMMC certifications into defense contracts. Defense contractors must prepare for the phased rollout of CMMC requirements, which begins November 2025. And that will progressively apply to contracts under FCI or CUI. Those who know the lingo know the lingo. Federal Contract Information, Controlled and Classified Information. So this final rule that was published September 10th, which we originally thought was going to be October 1, but it was published September 10th, after it cleared regulatory review, which is a good thing, which means that that rule officially takes place on November the 10th. And that ruling provides the legal authority for the Department of Defense to mandate CMMC compliance in defense contracts. And that shifts from that CMMC to a binding requirement. So starting this fall, CMMC requirements will begin appearing in those DoD solicitations and contracts. And so phase one starts November 10th. It's going to be literally some level 2 third-party assessments and level 1 or level 2 self-assessments. And those level 2 third-party where applicable, of course. So without giving you a lot of verbiage, what that means for the population at large, for those who have been preparing for this time, not only will there be several 100,000 contractors who need those certified professionals to help consult and kind of help them navigate to where we are, but now is the time that a lot of us have been waiting for. If you're an employer and you're like, if you're a contractor or even an employer that's like, oh, I have to make sure that my systems are in compliance with those NIST standards and according to your contract, and even does it meet those CMMC security standards? If you're handling FCI or CUI and you're like, I don't even know, I need some help. Those people, the websites, everything is obviously in place now, so there is help available. So CMMCapprentices.com, CMMC Apprentices with a S.com is where those contractors and those employers can go to get consultation, to hire graduates who have already been preparing for this time so that they can now get everything positioned and in place. For those individuals who want to get in on a part of this, they're like, oh my gosh, I've wanted a cybersecurity job. I want to get in as an apprentice who will be hired by those contractors. Then you would go to ushdacademy.com, United States Help Desk Academy.com, which I think I gave a clue as to where I could possibly be on the East Coast right now. But USHD, which is United States Help Desk Academy.com, that's for those students or those prospective, those that want to change career, or those unemployed individuals who say, hey, I want to protect myself, my family, and my country. I want to be a part of this big movement right now that's happening to make sure we are keeping our country safe. For those parents, you got kids in the house, they're like, they don't know what they want to do, they want to pursue a career. That's a great opportunity. I'm an advocate for those who want to pursue those cybersecurity career pathways, because that's now being in workforce development and cybersecurity. I'm a big advocate for getting that pipeline completed. Now, those that say, I don't want to work for the government, the good part about it is that pathway that they take, no matter what industry they're going into, doesn't have to just be Department of Defense. They now can do that with the pathway, because they get that globally recognized certification in that pathway. So, as a part of that pathway with their first initial certifications. So, I said all that to say, and now I told you I'm in a hotel on the East Coast. I don't even really know what. I think when the waitress come by, I'm gonna find out. I have no clue what city I'm in right now. I just know I'm on the East Coast. I know what state I'm in. I have no clue what city. I'm about to eat breakfast in a little bit, so when they bring my food, I'm gonna get off of here. But so I've been kind of just investigating so I can bring more information back. Like I said, originally we were not expecting this to happen until October 1, but it happened while I've been on trial, September 10th. So that means the clock has already started ticking. The train has left the station. And when somebody come around here, I'll find out what city I'm in. No clue. But anyway, the good part is I know what state I'm in. And next week, I'll be broadcasting from a different state. But right now, I kind of needed to get in on the pulse. What's happening? How can I be a blessing to those in Nevada and across the those other 49 states that were helping that pipeline of apprentices, first interns, and then apprentices, which is longer term for those who are already out of school or those who want to change career as entry level. And it looks like others are joining this train too on the bus, because I just recently saw Google now is hosting apprentices, and Amazon apprentices. So a lot of the larger tech companies now as well. Not necessarily that they're doing CMMC, but I'm seeing a big trend lately of those who are seeing the value of apprentices. Now, I'm excited because we are connected with a national registered apprenticeship program. So all 50 states. So no matter where you're listening at me from, if you want to get involved in these national apprenticeship programs, then ushdacademy.com is the place to go for that national. And then if you're, like I said, an employer or a defense contractor, and you want to kind of get those graduates from there, then you want to go to CMMC apprentices with a S, apprentices.com. So again, I'll be traveling, connecting with students and employers, just helping to fill that gap nationwide, which is part of why we're on this national tour. And again, if somebody comes up, it's kind of quiet out here. I just thought about it. Me to be on the East Coast, I'm like, nobody else is here. I guess I'm the only one eating breakfast this morning. But I'll find out from somebody, and then I'll let you know next week where I was this week, because I have no clue what city I am in. Um, but I wanted to get you that information. So again, once they bring my food, I'm going to log off here because I did stop for some breakfast, and a little hungry, and so we'll get it there. But if there's any questions that you guys have, um, I would say reply to this. I'm going to be checking my social media. I'm going to be checking my social media. I'm going to keep you informed as I get information. I'm going to feed it through you guys. So, in summarizing the audience I'm serving here with this broadcast, the audience I'm serving are those job seekers and those employers that are looking for the job seekers, particularly in cybersecurity and in those CMMC pathways, so that I can fill that gap. That's part of why I'm. Next week, I'm going to be with tens of thousands of students. It's going to be crazy. I'll broadcast that one to help fill that pipeline, and it's going to be amazing. So right now I'm more on the employer side, connecting. I met with some guys yesterday from some really large contracting firms there that are preparing and engaged to be a part. And actually, there's no choice now since the final rule went through. There's really not a choice now for those to implement those standards that are required now for contracts. So the time has come, and it's an exciting time, especially if someone's been unemployed, they lost their jobs, to kind of get on in on that pathway and just take advantage of what's happening. You would, oh, last thing I would say is for this industry, you would want to have a passion for, whether it's problem solving. A lot of people think that cybersecurity is just a one-way track, like it's, one fit all. But most don't realize there's different parts of cyber. Like you could be pen tester, meaning you could be the one that is kind of you could be either offensive or defensive system, one that's attacking systems and seeing like how safeguarded are these systems, or you could be like on the preventative measure, like let me make sure these systems are tight so nobody could get in it, or you could be on this side that's like forensics, like okay, now that attack has happened, where did they come from? How did they get in? How do we prevent it from happening again? So there's different types of areas that you could serve it. And then, like I say, compliance. What this CMMC and all of what we're talking about this morning is more compliance and regulatory governance and making sure that uh, the systems are being followed. If you don't have a system security plan, we help in making sure that those plans are developed, those policies, those procedures are in place, the plans that your systems are actually secure. And that's where those graduates and those apprentices come in to help, assess your systems and see, hey, are they, is your system secure? Can anybody just come? And with the recent hacks lately, especially in our state, it shows you that nobody is above being hacked. Our state of Nevada was hacked recently, and in our casinos last year. I mean, there's so many attacks that happen on a global basis. And I read somewhere that there's more attackers than there are actually people to prevent the attackers, which is why I'm on this movement to really try to recruit, help this pipeline pathway, and so that we can be a part of the solution and not the problem. Um, I think because I'm recording, nobody's coming over here to mess with me. So I can ask them, what city are we in? But it's okay. And my food hasn't come yet, too. So I think because I'm recording, they don't want to interrupt me. So I'm going to go check on my food. If you have any questions, um, just put a comment with your question, and I'll be checking it. Next week, I'll broadcast from a different state and let you know where I was this week. And in between time, I'm actually going to go back to Vegas. So remember, I'm in Vegas a couple of days and then back on the East Coast. So I'm actually going back and forth, East Coast, West Coast, South, all over, and making it happen. So we still have obligations in Vegas. So I'll be back and forth over the next week. Over the next year, reaching all 50 states. Okay. For those that guessed by the trees, let me give you a view of this tree one more time before I sign off. Put in the chat where you think I am. Let's make this an interactive call. Let's look at these beautiful trees out here. Can you tell by the trees? Where am I? Maybe you might even I don't know. Can you tell by the trees where I am? I'm curious to see where you think I am. And then I'll let you know where I am. All right, talk to you guys later. I'll sign off until next Sunday. But to recap what I've said, for students who are looking to pursue that pathway, go to ushacademy.com. They're going to be not only hiring internally, but externally with employer partners, ushacademy.com. And then for those employers that are like, hey, I want to hire some of these graduates that are getting all these certifications and knowledge, then you want to go to CMMCapprentices.com. Fill out the form. I know it's a landing page. And then that way we can help connect these dots. All right, I'm signing off. Stay safe until we meet again or talk again or what have you. It's been great. And put your questions in the comments. And I look forward to, ooh, my food is here. Oh, yes, my food is here. I knew it. Okay, talk to you guys later. I'm in. Ooh, that looks good. Oh, I'll give you another clue. She just brought me a big old crab cake sandwich. Thank you so much. What city are we in? What city is this?
It's Baltimore.
The city?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Bye, everybody. Okay, bye.